Hello, welcome to this video. I'm Monique Amy. I'm an illustrator based in Boston and I love knitting, so we're going to talk a lot about knitting. So today I want to do a holiday gift guide of knitted items. This is a popular style of video. I've seen lots of knitting YouTubers do this type of thing, but yeah, I wanted to try my own version. I spent a long time going through Ravelry trying to find patterns that I'm excited about that I would want to knit. Most of these patterns don't require knowing the person's sizing that you're giving the gift to. I just figured that'll keep things easier. Hopefully a lot of these are good stash busting projects. I know I could use more of that in my life. I created a Ravelry bundle, so this is all going to be grouped together on my Ravelry, so it'll be really easy for you to view all these patterns if you'd like to check them out. And also, before we get started, I am wearing my Pressed Flowers kerchief. This is a pattern by Amy Christoffers, and yeah, I finished this pretty recently. And actually, in my last video, I was saying how I didn't really know how to style it because I didn't want to tie it. And I had a lot of people give helpful tips on that video, so thank you so much. I ended up just using a safety pin, like underneath, and that seems to be fine. So I'm going to do that for now. I probably could use two. One is like just okay. But yeah, anyways, let's get started. I'm going to be looking a lot on my laptop, so excuse that, but I'm also going to be sharing, I'm kind of off to the side so I can share a lot of images of what I'm talking about. And I might also be sharing my own like color ideas for some of these projects and, you know, all my additional thoughts. All right, I'm going to start with, I guess I'm going to try and group things together a little bit. Also, let's see, I have 16 patterns here. We'll see if I have time to talk about all of them, but again, all of them are going to be in my Ravelry bundle. So let's start with scarves. This first scarf is called the Wendover by Woolfolk Design Team. And I love the striping and how simple this scarf is. It's essentially like a Sophie scarf, which is extremely popular, but the two colors and like the stripes that are created from it, I think are really fun and would be such an easy way to play with color, you know? And you could have it lean really holiday if you want, or just subtle holiday. Color combos that I'm thinking of are red and brown, blue and brown. Those are kind of the two color combos I'm obsessed with. If you wanted to get like subtly into holiday, I would do maybe like a burgundy maroon color with like a mint green. So kind of red and green, but not the classic Christmas red and green. Or you can just keep it really neutral like it is in these photos, like a tan and I guess that's also brown. I think it's so nice. So anyways, a little bit more information about this. It uses worsted weight yarn. The needle size is 4mm, and it says yardage is 250 yards or 229 meters. And this is a paid for pattern. Let's see, how much yarn do you actually need? Oh, okay, so if you had a 50-gram skein of worsted weight yarn, it says you need one color of each. Okay, so you don't need that much yarn for this, so that's great. So 50 grams of worsted weight per color, main color, contrast color. That's not bad at all. I don't really know what this is. So it says knitted in garter stitch in 2 colors with German short rows to shape the pointy ends. Oh, okay. So this is totally doable. This is actually maybe even like somewhat beginner friendly, maybe like advanced beginner. I wasn't sure if this was like some sort of brioche thing going on, but just garter stitch. So that's awesome. I am curious if the back looks as good as the front, if there's like a big difference. Oh, I see a picture of it. It's not too bad. It kind of bothers me when the front of the scarf, there's a clear front and back. Like this one has a very clear front and back. I don't mind it with this because I'm able to keep the front fully, or keep the back fully hidden. But a scarf like this where you absolutely will be seeing both sides, like you want both sides to be looking nice. Anyways, that is the first pattern. Let's get into the other scarf. So this is the Salty Sailor Collar by Shan Fran. And guys, as soon as I saw this, the restraint I had with not immediately casting this on, I'm impressed with myself. I haven't even bought it yet, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna so soon. I'm about to finish one of my test knits, and once I do that, I might have a little reward waiting for me. Okay, what is cool about this scarf? It's a sailor collar. I guess maybe it's more of a collar than a scarf, but whatever. I love the striping and I love the colors used in this particular sample. Honestly, both samples. Okay, so you could do stripes or you could do just like a contrast border color. This is DK weight, needle size 4 millimeters. Oh yeah, okay. The cool thing about this scarf, it's got like a square back. So it's got that like sailor vibe in the back, but then it goes over the shoulders and you tie. So it almost looks like, you're a preppy Connecticut person and I'm from Connecticut, and you've got your sweater and you just tie it over your shoulders. It's got a bit of that vibe. I just think it's so fun. I particularly love how it's styled in this first photo on top of a jacket. That also is reminding me of, is it a Damson Matter jacket that is like super trendy right now? Has that kind of vibe. Yeah, I'm obsessed with the colors used. I think what would I want to do? Oh man, I don't know. I think stripes or the contrast edge is both really nice. Anyways, this says it's beginner friendly, I would agree. That looks like a beginner friendly pattern. How much yarn do you need for this? It says 383 to 437 yards or 350 to 400 meters. The border does seem to require some single crochet, so you will need a crochet hook for that. A 3 millimeter crochet hook. But yeah, it's mostly stockinette stitch. I'm not super skilled with crochet by any means. It's something I would like to learn at some point. But I know enough to probably be able to do a little crochet border. Okay, I have one more scarf. So 3 scarf patterns total in this bundle. So this is the Waxwing scarf by Saskia & Co. And this uses fingering weight yarn on 3 millimeter needles. Again, this is kind of like an elevated Sophie scarf. I think this would be such a nice gift knit, but also what I'm excited about with this pattern is it uses a technique that I've never done before. And I'm at the point in my knitting where I am constantly craving newness. So learning a new knitting technique is very exciting to me. So what I'm talking about is the Russimine knitting technique. I actually don't know how to say that. Russimine. And it's Estonian inlay color. It's an Estonian inlay colorwork technique. Oh, and this pattern comes with 2 sizes, so that's nice. This is also a paid for pattern. Okay, so you could have like a single row of the colorwork motif, or you could have 2 rows of it. I'm kind of into the 2 rows, I think. But yeah, this colorwork technique, I don't fully know how it's done, but just looking on the photos, it looks like somehow you're having your color work like jump over a bunch of maybe just regular garter stitches from the other color. I don't know how it happens, but I bet you need to pay attention to your tension on this one. Anyways, so yeah, fingering weight yarn. Yardage is 85 to 119 yards or 78 to 109 meters. So not too bad. Oh, the small one is considered a headband and the larger is considered a scarf. Interesting. 3 millimeter needles. I don't know how this type of color work works and I really want to try it out. But But yeah, I think the motif on this, I mean, it could definitely give spring vibes, but I think if you choose the right colors, it could be like really sophisticated holiday colors, or like more moody fall, winter vibes. So that's probably what I would aim for. But again, I would probably just try to use scrap yarn or just, yarn I have sitting in my stash. Those are the 3 scarf patterns I have included in this Ravelry bundle. And I would love to make them all. Okay, let's get into some other patterns here. Oh, I have a couple felted items, and I've never felted anything, so I am really curious to try that out. So the first thing is this felted flower bowl by Meg Myers, and this is a free pattern, so that's cool. Let's see. Oh, Cascade 220. Easy. So yeah, worsted weight yarn, needle size 6mm, so this would knit up really fast. Great, easy gift knit. I've never felted anything before, but I think the whole idea is you knit something way larger than what you want the final product to be, and then you kind of just like throw it in the wash in the dryer and it shrinks up to the correct size. Now I will say there's actually quite a lot of projects. There's 757 projects, so a lot of people have made this, which is a good sign. I will say some of the felted ones don't look as good, like they're a little wonky, and I don't know what causes that. So I would try to be very careful with this one. But then some of them look so good. So my guess is I feel like you need to use like a bowl or something to like help block it into the correct shape. Maybe that's what's happening here. I think, again, this would be an easy stash busting project. Oh yeah, you would have to use wool yarn in order for it to felt. You can't be using like superwash or acrylic or anything like that because it won't felt. It will not happen. For colors, I mean, I think a solid color is really nice. I think a solid color with just like the border a different color is really nice. I think also if you chose colors that were very similar in tone, and by that I mean like, I'm an artist, so the way I think about these things is like if you squint your eyes and the 2 colors next to each other sort of melt together, you don't see like a very distinct line, then their like tone is about the same. So that's the trick that I use, is like I'll just like squint at my work, and if they start blending together too much, then, and I don't want that to happen, then I know I need to up the contrast. Or sometimes I do want that to happen. So I would probably pick colors where that does happen, because I think it would be a nice way to see some subtle color change without having to blend yarn. It just sort of will happen. Does that make sense? And I'm thinking like dark blues. I'm obsessed. Dark blue, maroon, brown, like, and then maybe like a pop of red. Again, I just get stuck in loving the exact same colors all the time. Anyways, so that's that one. The other felted pattern is the sailor slippers. Wow, I've got a sailor thing going on. And these have been all over my Instagram. But I think these will be such a nice gift knit. Again, this is the only one where I think you would kind of need to know the person's size roughly for, who you're giving this to. But I think why I think these would be such a good gift knit is because of the striping. I love the idea of having slippers for around the holidays. I'm a big slipper wearer. I always have my, what are they? The like Wicked Good L. Bean slippers. I've had those for probably 20 years. Not the same pair, but I mean, they last me each pair lasts me a really long time. Yeah, these just look so cool, so cozy. Again, you would definitely need to use like actual wool. Anyways, oh yeah, this says super bulky for yarn weight. I don't know if I have any super bulky, so I guess I would have to buy yarn for this. Or actually, I could probably just hold 2 yarns together to create bulky weight, whatever that is. Is it 2 worsted or maybe 2 DK that will give you super bulky? Super bulky. Oh, and there's already 193 projects. That's great. because I think this just came out. This is a pretty new pattern. Needle size is 8 millimeters. Wow, I don't even know if I have that size needle. So yeah, this should probably knit up really fast. But again, so you're gonna have to create like a really massive slipper. It's gonna be comical, and then it'll felt to be the correct size. And then yardage is 252 to 388 yards, or 230 to 355 meters. And let's see oh yeah, it's just worked in flat stockinette stitch. I really love the stripes with the contrasting color around like the opening of the slipper. And then if you look in people's projects on Ravelry, they look good. Like that is a really good sign to me. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not going to share this because this has like people's feet in it, but it's crazy to see the size difference of the pre-felted versus felted. It's like double the size. Comical. Ooh, these ones have no striping, just the border contrast color. That's really nice too. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm really eager to try this out. Okay, so those are the 2 felted projects for potential gift knits. Let's get into color work. I have a few different little color work things that I think would be really cool. All right, let's start with this one. So this is the Chameleon Snowflake Poinsettia by Amy Marie. This is a paid for pattern, and it uses worsted weight yarn on 4.5 millimeters. And this uses the mosaic color work technique, which is the same thing that I used for my pressed flowers kerchief here. And I have actually started my own version of this. So let me show you. This is a fun little surprise. This is a little work in progress sneak peek. So I'm using, this is Cascade 220 in this like light blue color. This one, I don't know what this is. The label's in here somewhere, but it's like a nice off-white kind of gray color. I wanted something that wasn't going to be a stark white. And then here it is. So this works up so fast. I can vouch for this as it being, you know, a very quick knit, which I think is also a bonus for gift knits, is if they work up kind of fast. And yeah, I'm already halfway through. I've done this over the course of a couple nights, but I feel like I could have done it even faster. Anyways, I think the whole idea behind this is that you can use it as like a dishcloth or a trivet. Is that the word? Which I guess that's how I would look at it. I don't think dishcloths knitted. I have a hard time considering knitting something for it to just be a dishcloth, because I don't need to knit myself a dishcloth. Like I will just get, I just don't need that. I don't need a fancy dishcloth. So I probably wouldn't use it for that, or like tell people to use it for that. But I think having it as a nice trivet, or like putting it out on a table and you've got like your candles and your, oh, you know what? Maybe if you had like a holiday spread and you had like a charcuterie board, and then you could have like a little dish on top of this or something, like a little bowl. I don't know. I just think it's nice. Another option, I think you could just hang this up and it would be cute. I think you could also make a few of these and Kitchener stitch them together, and then you could, I don't know, have like a placemat or a table runner. I feel like you could use this pattern and you could just keep going. You know, you could just have like multiple poinsettias, or this kind of looks like a snowflake to me because of the colors I chose. I do want to make one that uses red and will kind of give more poinsettia vibes. Anyways, I think there's a lot of options with this. It's really fun to knit up, and I think it looks really nice in the home. One other funny thing though is like, so you need to pick colors that have like a decent amount of contrast. So like I was saying before, you don't want to pick colors where if you squint your eyes, they blend together. You want colors with higher contrast. But even as you knit this up, I think when it's this close, at least for me, when it's this close, I'm like, oh, is this high enough contrast? I don't know. But then every time I held it up, and where I work at home on my couch, I have like a mirror very close to me. So I'll just like look in the mirror and then it looks fine. So what I'm trying to say, I think from far away, the color work really stands out. And this pattern designer has a ton of these. So I picked this poinsettia one, and then I also have another one that I'll just briefly mention. This is the Washing with the Stars, and this is kind of a 2-for-1 because it has a solid version and like an outline version. I think any of these star patterns, and if you use the right colors, would be very holiday, festive, spark a lot of joy. Oh yeah, also I can say for this knitting pattern, since I did purchase the other one, I like that the pattern, it has every single row written out, and then it also has a chart. So I think that's helpful to look at. I prefer every single line written out for this type of thing. So yeah, I appreciate, I like how it's written. Oh, you know what could be cool? Combining these two garter stitch mosaic patterns, and you could do like a table runner. How about that? Obviously you would need more yarn for this. It would maybe not be a stash busting project. You'd probably need a decent amount. But that could be really nice, like a star table runner, and each star is a little bit different. Very cute. Okay, another colorwork project is the Storyteller Quilt Book Sleeve. And this is DK weight yarn. It says fingering plus fingering, so fingering held together equals DK, with 4mm and 4.5mm. Oh, probably because there's some ribbing. This is a paid for pattern, and it kind of has like quilt block motifs going on. Says, so basically the whole idea is this is a cover to put your books in. I wonder if you can make it big enough to put like not a laptop, an iPad in. That could be, or like an e-reader. Probably an e-reader would be super easy. The designer said that they've been able to fit 2 standard size hardcover books within the sleeve. If you are a tablet reader, it can also fit an iPad. There you go. So this would be a little bit more of a time-consuming gift knit, but I wanted to include it because I think it's pretty sweet, and clicking through and seeing people's projects has me wanting to make this. There's one that's like kind of a classic red and white. I think that's very festive and nice. Yeah, it would be more time-consuming, so I don't know if I necessarily have time to do this as a gift knit, but if you do have time, I think this would be very sweet. Okay, we have one more colorwork project. So this is the Sunburst Pot Holder by Pearl Soho. Oh, this is a free pattern. That's what I thought. So, and this is considered a pot holder, and it uses DK weight yarn with 3.75mm needles. So I wanted to include this as a gift knit project. Number one, I think this would probably knit up really fast. It's definitely beginner friendly. It's mostly just garter stitch. And if you did red and white, you'd get like a candy looking pot holder. And yeah, I mean, that's so fun. It's giving me like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's giving Danish vibes, I feel like or like Scandinavian home. A lot of people have done the red and white. I think we've all got the same vision going on. So yeah, red and white obviously would lean very holiday, but I think if you did other colors, this could be used year round. I'm also just curious how the construction works. Does it say? Yeah, I'm not really sure how this is knit up, but I'm really curious. Again, I just am constantly craving newness. So anyways, I think this would be a really great gift knit because it would work up fast and it's useful. And depending on the colors you use, it could be very holiday, or you can use it all year round. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Anything else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, there is a couple more things. I don't know if I'm going to get to everything I have on my list because I'm yapping too much. But again, you can click through the Ravelry bundle and you'll see everything there. Okay, I really want to include this one. but this project would be on hard mode. I don't even know if I could say it. Why not? Wait, let's, oh boy. Weihnachtsstern.
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 Okay, so that's the pattern name by Sarah Stosno. This uses fingering weight yarn, yardage and 2.5 and 3 millimeter needles. Yardage is 45 to 55 yards, so you wouldn't need that much. It's a free pattern. However, this is hard mode because it's only in German, I believe. Yes, the creator of this said, "Hi, unfortunately the video is only in German. However, if you are able to activate English subtitles on YouTube, I'm sure you would be able to knit the star." And they even said, like, feel free to comment any questions under the video in YouTube and that they'd be happy to help figure anything out. So I do remember seeing this last year and I really wanted to try it, but I didn't have enough brain capacity to figure that out. But if you do, you should make this because it looks so cool. I don't always love knitted ornaments. Is that something I'm going to say? That seems really bold, a bold thing to say. But I think some ornaments don't make sense as ornaments and some do. I don't have any clear logic on that yet. However, this is a pattern that I'm like, yes, that is an awesome ornament. Absolutely. Let's see, there's 22 projects. They all look good. They look great. I think just classic red and white is really nice. I think it's nice to have the white in the center because then it really looks like a snowflake, and then having some sort of contrast color with that. So anyways, if you feel like you're up for a challenge, that's a great pattern to try out. I will quickly mention two other ornament patterns. And I've done both of these before. So there's the mini crop puff by Geraldine Yang, and this is fingering weight yarn, 2.25 millimeter needles, and you only need 40 to 50 yards or 37 to 46 meters, and it's free pattern. And I think it was maybe 2 years ago, or was it last year? I made a bunch of these. I don't know. I think they were a hit. I got really into making them. It's a great stash busting project. Highly recommend it. And the other one is the Tiny Tree Socks. My internet's struggling over here. By Summer Lee. This is also a free pattern. And it's fingering weight, 2.25 millimeters, needles, and then yardage is 26 yards or 24 meters. I've made a bunch of these as well. People love them. They're really fast. It's an easy gift knit. You could have a lot of fun with the colors. That would be a super fast, fun gift knit. I have a couple other things included in this bundle, but I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I've been talking a really long time. I hope this list is inspiring to you. I spent a long time perusing Ravelry, trying to find unique things that I would genuinely want to make. And that would be like fairly not too time consuming, and that you wouldn't necessarily need to know the person's sizing. So that's that. I am going to do a quick shameless plug, if you'll let me. So I've been working on new products to sell this holiday season, and they're pretty much all knitting or crafting related. I have this bag. This is a new release. It is a classic tote bag. It says, "Wish I was knitting." It has a zipper top. Very nice. The little pocket in the front. And then, so I do chain stitching here in my studio. I do a lot of my chain stitch knitter hats. That's a popular product of mine. But I'm going to offer custom embroidery on the strap here. So I did my Instagram handle @MoKnits for this one. But you know, you could do pretty much whatever you want. So if you're seeing this video, it's live. It is available in my shop, and I'm really excited about it. I think this would be a really nice project bag for knitters. So yeah, I hope you enjoy my shameless plug there. And I also have bookmarks. These are kind of quilty inspired, and also inspired by this artwork I made a little while ago. And then lastly, I also have these yarn chicken stickers. So really excited about that. These are all up in my shop now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you decide to make any of these things. Or let me know if you have other gift knit suggestions. I'd love to hear them. I think, yeah, any like quick, simple project where you're learning a new skill is an ideal gift knit, because it's like just addicting enough where I will want to make it and then happily give it to someone. Anyways, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!